Welcome back to digital class, and now we are looking at PSLE last minute revision set number E. And now again, we are left with not that much of time to practice, revise every single thing, but I think definitely this video will help us revise, especially on some of the word problems and volume of water. Okay, so let's look at our first question here. The first question here says, a group of students is divided equally into two teams A and B. The ratio of number of boys to girls in team A is 1 to 3. The ratio of boys to girls in team B is 5 to 11. What is the ratio of total number of boys to the total number of girls in the group? So again, when you look at this question, what is the keyword that you should see from here? The keyword here should be divided equally. That is the important keyword. So I have group A, I have group B. Boys to girls is 1 to 3. Boys to girl is 5 to 11. So let's calculate what's the total. The total here is 4 and the total here is 16. Again, the keyword here is divided equally. So that means that the total number of students in A and B are supposed to be the same. But are they the same? One is 4, one is 16. It's not the same. So if they are not the same, we are supposed to make it the same by looking for LCM. So what is the LCM of 4 and 16? Which is 16, right? Okay. So 4 times 4. If I times 4 here, and you times 4 here, and you times 4 here. So now the ratio is 4, 12, 16. Okay? And when I have made the total the same, now we can kind of compare the ratio together. Now, the question asks the ratio of the boys to the girls. So boys, we have what? 4 plus 5. So boys, I have 4 plus 5, which is 9. How about girls? Girls, I have 12 plus 11. 12 plus 11, which is 23. So with that, I know the ratio of boys to girls is 9 to 23. And I'm done, and we are done. Okay, and that's all for this question. Again, this is total unchanged concept. Means that the total is the same. I can say unchanged total. Okay, we are done with the first question, and let's move on to our next question. Question from ACSG paper 2, question number 4. So this question here says that in the figure, PQRT is a parallelogram. PT, PS, SR, they are equal length. So let me just put the sign here. Here, and here, and here. They are equal length. And PRS is 35 degree, and find the angle SPT. I think it's kind of obvious and easy. Now, as long as you put this line here to indicate they are the same length, because when they are having the same length, this means that the angle here and here will also be the same. And here 35, here 35, what will be the angle here? It will be 180 minus 35 minus 35. So I know this 70, so minus will be 110 degree. So if here is 110, what will be here? Again, one line is 180. So 180 minus 110 is 70. So I know here is 70. Okay, again, I know the length here and here are the same. So here will also be 70. And of course, I can find here by using 180 minus 70 minus 70, which is equal to 40 degree. Simple. Okay, and it's a kind of a very simple angle question. Nothing hard, nothing difficult. Okay, so let's move on to our next question, which will be a bit more interesting, which is about word problem. This is from Raffles, paper 2, question 10, 3 marks question. Now, this question here says that Mrs. Raja spent 1/3 of her money on the bag and 2 identical bells. So when it comes to this kind of question, I prefer to draw a model. Maybe that will be more interesting. This will be the model 1/3, right? So I cut into 3 parts. This is Raja's money. Raja's money at first. And I spend 1/3 on spend on the bag and 2 bells. Correct? Now the question continues to say that the bag costs twice. Let me just highlight. The bag costs twice as much as each bell. Means that when it comes to the cost, this will be 2 times of here. Okay. Now just take a look, okay. If cost is 1 unit, if I have 2 bells, that will be how many units? 1 times 2, 2 units, right? If the cost here is twice of this, means it's 2 units, and I have 1 bag, then what will be the cost here? 2 units. I mean, does it make sense? It makes sense, right? Okay, 2 units, 2 units. Yeah. Now let's continue. Mrs. Raja spent 3/4 of her remaining money on a shirt. This will be the remaining money, right? This 2 units here. 3/4. Okay, I have only 2 here, but here says 4. So what should I do? Cut into 2 parts. Cut. Then now I have 4 already, right? But of course, what should I do is I must cut here also to make it all equivalent to each other. And out of 4 remainder here, I have 3 here spent on the what? Spent on a shirt. Okay, so far so good. Now, what is another part that I need to be a bit careful is here. Just now I found that I have spent 2 units on the bag, 2 units on the bell. So total how many units? Total is actually 4 units. But here, how many units do I have here? Only 2. So what should I do? Cut into 4 units. So 2 times 2, right? So I cut into 2 parts, 2 parts, 2 parts, 2 parts, 2 parts, 2 parts. Now it's more easier, right? You see, bag 2 units, 2 bells 2 units, which is 4 units exactly. And how about the shirt? The shirt is actually how many units here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The shirt is actually 6 units. And the question say what? She spent $58 more on the shirt than on the bag. Shirt how many units? 6 units. Bag how many units? 2 units. Which means that 6 units minus 2 units is equal to 4 units. And that 4 units is actually $58. Make sense? Now, once you reach this stage, everything will be easy, right? So 1 unit is actually equal to 14.50. And the question now asks, how much money did Mrs. Raja have at first? Mrs. Raja. So how many units do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 units is equal to 12 times 14.50. Get your calculator, press on it, and you should get the answer as $174. Okay, so that's basically how this question works. I mean, I project it in a model that makes it easier for me. Okay, I think that's good. And take some time to digest if you feel you need digest mentally. Yeah, if you need. And if everything is good, then we shall move on to the next question. Question from Nanyang Paper 2, question 11. And this question is again about the volume of water. Okay, and the reason why I keep on picking volume of water because that's my student's weakness. Okay, let's look at this question together. Tank A and Tank B are cubical tanks. Cubical tanks means that their length, their breadth, and their height are all the same. And that makes it easier now, okay? Tank A has a length of 30 cm, which means that breadth here is 30 cm, the height here is 30 cm. Now, tank A is completely filled with water and tank B is empty. And after 2/5 of the water from tank A is poured into tank B, the ratio of the height of the water in tank A, that of tank B, is 8:3. And the question asks, find the amount of water poured from tank A to tank B. So I think let's write down the A first. A, I'm supposed to find the amount of water poured from tank A to tank B. So before that, I know the tank A was completely filled with water. So let's find the capacity of tank A, which is the total volume of water inside. Very simple, 30 times 30 times 30. That is tank A capacity. And if you press on calculator, you should get is 27,000 cm cubed. And I pour 2/5 of the water from A to B. So the amount I pour inside is 2/5 of 27,000. Just press on your calculator and you should get 10800 cm cubed. Yes, that's all. That is the answer for question number A. It's very simple, that's why I think it's 1 mark only. Yes. Now let's look at question B. Question B now say find the length of tank B. Means that now I'm looking at the length here. Okay, so now first thing I know is that the information that I did not use is the ratio of height of water in A to B now is 8:3. So now I know I have now, let me just draw here, water inside, right? Now I know I have 10800 cm cubed here. Then what is the water that I now left over here? I mean, I just minus, right? 27000 minus 10800. The water I left over is 16200, and this is in cm cube. Okay, so now I have 16200, and this is in cm cube. If I were to find the height, how do I find the height of water? Okay, the height of the water. I'll use the volume of water divided by the base area, which is 30 times 30, right? So I'll use 16200 divided by 30 divided by 30. So what would be the height here? If you press on your calculator, you should get 18, and that's in cm. So here's 18 cm. And I know what? I know that, again, let me use red color. The ratio of height A to B is 8:3, which means that this is in the ratio of 8, and the height of water here is in the ratio of 3. It means that it's not that much, it's only a bit. Which means that I can use 18 divided by 8 times 3, then I will be able to find the height of the water. And if you press the calculator, you should get 6.7 in cm. So it means that here is 6.7 cm. Now, I'm looking for the length here. Means that now, if I use the volume of water divide by the height of the water, I will be able to find a base area. So let's try to divide first. 10800 divided by 6.75, and the base area that I have is, press on calculator, you should get 1600. That is in cm square. That is base area. If I want to find the length, and I know the length and the breadth are the same, so I just do something what we call as square root. Square root 1600, and that gives me 40 cm on the side. And again, that would be my final answer. Okay, I think it's kind of simple. That is basically special of this question. Okay, let's move on. Okay, and now we shall move on to one of the question that we have is a bit more interesting because it's a 5-mark question. Okay, it's paper 2 question 15 from Nanhua School. Okay, let's look at this question. A group of tourists pay a total amount of $2,220 total amount for the admission of tickets to the Singapore Zoo. In the group, the ratio of the number of adults to children to senior citizens was 5 to 2 to 3. So now, again, let me just write down here first. I have adult, I have children, I have senior citizen, and the number of people is in the ratio of 5 to 2 to 3. And the ratio of amount paid for all children, amount paid for all children to the amount paid for all senior citizen, means that these two, was 7 to 6. Means that the cost and the amount paid. Now here is 7, here is 6. Now by looking at this point of time, you should understand that this is actually a number and value concept. I mean, if you are my students, you should know this number and value concept by now. Okay, and I always prefer you guys to use a table to arrange this nicely. Now, the questions continue to say the amount paid for all senior citizens was 1/4 of the amount paid for all adults. Okay, just now mentioned children to senior citizen is 7 to 6. Now mention that the senior citizen is actually 1 and 4 is actually for all adults. Don't you feel like this part now is a bit interesting? What is this called? This is called the repeated identity concept. Something that's being repeated. And again, you should know, right? This 6 and this one is supposed to be the same, but they are not the same. You are supposed to make it the same by looking for LCM. So 6 and 1, so I need to times 6 to make it the same. And if I times 6 here, I need to times 6 here. So now the ratio become 24, 7, and 6. Okay, interesting, right? And the question say, given that the price of an adult ticket is actually $48. Find the total number of people in the group. So just to circle this, because I know this is unit, 5 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, 5 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 10. The total here is actually 10 unit. But this unit and this unit are different, okay? Because I haven't made it the same, right? So let's look at it carefully. There's one more information I haven't added in, is that the total amount is actually 2220. Let me just add in here. Here is supposed to be 2220. Now I can look carefully, right? If you look carefully, you can see here 24 plus 7 plus 6 is actually 37 unit. And this 24 plus 7 plus 6 is 37 unit. And this 37 unit is actually equal to what? 2220. Which means that 1 unit, press on your calculator 2220 divided by 37, you should get 60. Means that 1 unit here is actually equal to 60. And what if now I want to find 24 unit is equivalent to how much? I'll just use 24 unit, 60 times 24. And that will gives you 1440. Which means that on the adult ticket, I already spent 1440. And the cost for each person is 48. Then how many people? I'll just use 1440 divide by 48. And I get that it's actually 30 adults here. Means that now here is actually 30 adults. Okay, if I know 5 unit is 30, if I know 5 unit is 30, the question now asks what is the total number of people in the group, which is what? 10 unit. Then what should I supposed to do? 5, 10 unit. If 5 unit is 30, 10 unit, you just need 2 times 2. 30 times 2, 60. And we are actually done with our 5 marks question. Wow, 5 marks question, but we are able to solve this easily. Okay, good job. This is not a very difficult question as long as you know this is number and value concept and you know this is a repeated identity concept that's involved in this question. Okay, my students that have already done number and value concept before, you should see this question as a very familiar question that we have practiced before. Okay. Again, I am done with the discussion for today. I think this is the last question. Yes. And again, please kindly revise back all the booklets that I have discussed with you, especially on the concept of booklet 4, the word problems, heuristic problems, sum concept, and also volume question, where a lot of you are a bit weak, and probably about speed question that some of you are not really that familiar. Okay, I think that's all from my video today. Thank you. See you. Bye bye.